Hi everyone, it's John Mitchell, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So I wanted to congratulate the new firefighters that we have coming on board this week. They're graduating from the New Bedford Firefighter Academy, along with firefighters who will be going off to the departments and some of the surrounding towns. But 15 new ones for New Bedford, which is great. Our fire department is on much more stable ground these days than they have before, and we've been very active in beefing up our capacity to do inspections. So in the long run, we'll see a drop in structure fires. There's a lot of other improvements that Chief Kruger is implementing right now, and having these new firefighters come on board will be very useful. So congrats to them, and we really appreciate the career that you have chosen to undertake and the example that you set for public service, which is really important these days. Two other things I wanted to talk about. They both have to do with statues. So the first is that we announced this week that the designer, the selection of the designer for the Global War on Terror monument that is going to be installed down on West Rodney French Boulevard, just off of it. If you know where the Compass Rose is down by the boat landing, it's going to be in that general area. This is going to be one of the first major monuments of its type in the U.S. There really aren't that many monuments out there as yet, although there certainly should be, and I think ultimately will be, to honor those who fought in the wars, the post 9/11 conflicts over the last 20 or so years. And so, we in New Bedford consider ourselves to be rightly to be a very patriotic city, and we want to put down our marker for the kinds of the way that we honor our veterans, but also it's a way of communicating our own values. The selection, the firm that was selected is called Martha Schwartz and Associates, which is based in New York, but has offices all around the country. They've done a number of major monuments across the U.S. and in China. Most recently, they did a memorial in Boston that commemorates Martin Luther King. They got a lot of fanfare as well. So they've had a number of major works out there. That's so that we look forward to the work that they're doing. If you want to get involved, check out the city's website. We really want people to participate in this. We have a committee comprised of veterans and designers who are going to be overseeing the project, but we also want people to donate whatever they have to the cause. It shouldn't just be, of course, the city spending money on it. We want there to be broad-based participation. The last thing is, and again, having to do with a statue, is if you remember, a few years ago, we took down the monument, the fountain over by Pier 3 of the figure of Poseidon holding with fish all around him, and there was a fisherman's and seafarers, whaleman's and fisherman's statue that had been there really since the early 60s, and it had been converted into a fountain, and so it wasn't supposed to be. So we took that down. It was replaced by the Fisherman's Memorial that there's now in place. But the other statue, the original one, we want to put somewhere else. It's getting restored right now. It's not going to be a fountain anymore. It was the work of a woman named Anna Hyatt Hutchinson, who was a famous sculptor back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s of international renown. So it's someone who's very significant in her field, and so it is an important statue for us to preserve here in New Bedford. We have up on our website, we announced this a couple of days ago, we need your help to determine where it should go. So there are a handful of sites to pick from. We just want your input. Let us know where you think it should go. There's some sites that may make sense because they're prominent, they're easily visible, but they may be too close to the roadway and therefore might not be good places to safely position the statue. So there's a number of considerations that go into these things. So we've limited to four areas, one in the south end and then the rest near the central waterfront. So take a look, give us your input, and I would love to hear from you. So with all that, this has been the Mayor's Weekly Update. We'll see you next week.